Okay, Amy, how often do you think people are changing their bath towels?
I think people are going to say like, oh, once a week. I know you're not changing your bath towels for like at least like 3 weeks to a month.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't.
No, I think you're going to be alone in that camp. We put out a poll and 6% of people said every day. That's crazy. 31% of people said every 2 to 3 days. 52% of people said every week. That's me. And
Liars.
I promise you, I change it every week.
Yeah, but like, I think like people like to say that they change it once a week, but you so don't. I know there's some people out there just like me because
Yeah,
I would be like, oh, once a week,
there's
every day.
12%
But
of
I know,
people like you,
okay, well,
but
12%
over
is,
50% of people are changing theirs once a week,
I believe it.
which is good because I feel like that's a good balance of saving water and being hygienic.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the most perfect amount that you could change a towel. That's why people think they're perfect. Believe it when
two
I
to
see
three
it,
weeks to
y'all.
a month. Just expose yourself there.
Well, like, I'm getting out of the shower clean.
It's like on New Girl, it's like, I don't clean the towel. The towel cleans
Clean
me.
me, literally. Welcome to Internet Girls, the number one beauty podcast, according to our mum.
Hosted by makeup artist
Oh my god,
sisters Indiana Nolte Martin and Imogen Thomas. We're here to chat all things makeup, beauty, and everything in between.
can you tell I froze because we haven't done the potty in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days?
I thought you were
Longer?
going to say 1, 2, 3, and we have to say the time. And I was like, I don't know how long
Yeah,
it's been.
months.
Yeah, well, it's been a while, but let's catch you up to speed. So, first and foremost, the big news is that I had to go back to Australia right after I was there.
180.
So 6 weeks after coming back to Canada, I then received a devastating phone call that my dad had passed away. So I jumped on a flight and got back to Australia. My mum actually
Our mum,
our mum, sorry,
the number one beauty podcast.
the number one fan. She is an actual angel, and she flew all the way from Australia to Canada, met me. She spent 2 nights here, and then turned around and flew back with me to Melbourne, which was
That's like superhero mum mode.
so amazing. And actually don't know how I would have done it without her. So yeah, Nori was she was pretty good on the flight, to be honest. It's never like relaxing on a flight
Yeah,
with
she's
her.
just like wriggly. Well, she was wriggly on the way back.
Hey, we're getting there. We're getting
Sorry,
there.
sorry. Reel it in.
Anyway, I was back in Melbourne and spending all the time with dad's side of the family, and we had his celebration of life, which he came to, which was a really beautiful day. We had lots of lovely speeches, and it was just like exactly what he would have wanted. And then, yeah, had a little bit of downtime, which was really needed. Like mum just really took care of Nori for me while she wasn't working, and I was able to just kind of like decompress. And luckily, you finished up uni while I was there.
Yeah, so I finished up uni. And let me just tell you, Indy, like, I was walking into uni my last day, and like, we made all the girls, our name for our team was called Glossy Bosses, and we all wore blazers, and like, we're being like bosses. Anyway, so like, we were like dressed up all nice, and like, we're walking into uni. Me and my friend Eloise, shout out Eloise, she gets on the same train as me. She travels like an hour longer, sorry, 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
From like the morning to uni. Anyway, so like we're just chatting, like we're in such high spirits because it's our last of the day. We're presenting, we're in blazers, like we're looking so cool. We're walking into uni, trip and fall face plant.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh my God, in front of people?
Everyone. So like picture this, it's 9 a.m. Like everyone's rocking into uni. And there's like a little like island in between the road of like when you leave do you know where like the station is? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I'm walking across the island. It's like windy. My pants get blown in the wind and I trip over on face plant on my hands and knees.
Right before you had a
Right
presentation.
before I had a presentation, Eloise and I were like in the deepest chat. I was like going on about how much my boyfriend loves me. And then next minute, I was just like on the ground.
Oh my God.
She was like in tears. She thought it was so funny. And she's like,
I would
thank
have.
God you weren't alone.
Thank God you weren't alone and you were wearing black, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
That's a
Thank God I
blessing.
didn't like bleed. Could you imagine I was standing there presenting with blood all over my
Yeah, or
hands?
like grass.
It was hilarious. And then we all went out for drinks afterwards. And then one of the girls fell off her chair. And I was like, thank God. We were the only people in that bar.
At 10 a.m.
It was like 11. Oh no, we finished at 11. We were waiting for the bar to open at 12 and we didn't leave until like 8:39.
Celebrate good times.
Celebrate. But yeah, I've been dying to tell you that story. So every time we have a story, save it for the pod, save it for the pod.
I know. I wish you had told me that earlier though, because I really could have used that lightness. But then also, Amy comes home from uni and Mum and I had gotten her like a little, we were like, we should get something for her, but we didn't know what time she was going to be home. Like, we'll just get her something. So we bought like a lemon meringue tart, and she comes home a little tipsy and she's like, just talking about the night. Everything's like this. Like, I love my friends. Like, anyway, we're like, we got you like a little treat to celebrate finishing uni. And she's like, opens the fridge. She's like, God, thank you guys. I hate lemon tart.
Like, despise it. Who, like, come on, you've only known me for 21 years.
I know, but you're so hard to read. Like, we were standing there. I was like, she doesn't like this. I feel like she doesn't like that. Mum's like, oh, who doesn't like a lemon meringue?
Me.
Like, literally.
At least you didn't choose something pistachio.
Do you hate pistachio as well?
It's just not my choice. And
Well,
also,
I
would have, no. I would have had a sliver, just like I did the lemon meringue, and thought, not for me.
Oh, yep, I still ate it.
Yep, and hate it. But I would have loved something savory. I'm a savory girl through and through.
Yeah, but you can't get, what's a savory treat?
I mean, it's like one of those like pre-made charcuterie boards in the plastic thing. I'll eat that up.
Yeah, but you're not having that at night after you've been out all day.
Yeah, fine. I'll have pods.
For future.
Pods. Next time I graduate.
Yeah. Anyway, so because Imi just finished uni, we were able to fly back to Canada together, which that journey, I was like asking me what she's packed and stuff. And she's like, yeah, I've got my book, my laptop, like all my carry-on. And I was like, you're not going to need a book. This flight is not that kind of flight.
No, we didn't sleep for over 30 hours.
Yeah. Not because Nori was like, she was fine. Yeah, it just was.
She was actually amazing.
As it is, but
she slept when you wanted her to sleep. Like, she was just, the poor thing can't crawl around for like however many hours.
Yeah, she sat on my lap for 30 hours between all the flights. And then also, it's just a long time for anyone to be flying and traveling. So she did do really, really well.
And then we landed and I was like, I need to get runners.
Yeah. Okay, so to set the scene, Emmy's getting back into running. We go downtown, get her some runners. And then she's like, she hasn't sorted out her phone or anything. So I'm like so impressed that you're just like willing to go for a run, not knowing
like,
the area.
No data.
Like, we still haven't unpacked basically. She's just like desperate to get on this run.
I'm like, I had energy to burn after that long flight.
Yeah. So I was kind of like loosely describing like how you get to the path and like which way is like a good run. Not that I've been for a run, but like a good walk. Anyway, she comes home and she's like describing to me how the way that she went. And I was like, oh, she's like all turned around because you can't run that way. So fair enough. Like, you just got here. I wasn't expecting you to know exactly where you were. So then we go for a walk the next day and we're on the path. And she's like, yeah, I just like went there and then left and then all like through there. And I was like, did you mean you went for a run on the golf course?
Like, sun is shining, people are out and about, I'm running on the golf course, life is good.
Yeah, I was like, you went for a run on the actual golf course? And she's like, oh, yeah, I guess. And I was like, oh, well, was no one golfing? And she's like, yeah, they were. Like, so you're on a private golf course. I'm like just imagining, because like I'll golf there sometimes. Like, I'm just imagining like getting ready to tee up, someone running by me, like, hi. And then she's on top of it all. She's like, yeah, there was a group of guys that was just staring at me. And I was like, oh, perverts.
Like, what are you looking at? I know I look good. Aussie in town. What's up? Just don't know what about it. And then I was like running and I was like, oh, I should like double check that there's no carts behind me. So like every 10 minutes I would just like flick my head and make sure like there was no golf carts riding up my bum.
Which is even worse because it means that you knew you were on a golf course.
Yeah, but like it was the path. So I was like, and do you know what? I saw a few signs in the ground that were like golf cart path only. And I thought, oh, must be in the grass. I was just like,
so jet lagged, so
delirious. Like, got my new kicks on. The world's my oyster.
Yeah, I own this town. I've been here for one day.
Like, the golf course? Yeah, I own that. It wasn't until Indi told me, she was like, oh, you can't run on the golf course.
No.
You just can't run on the golf course.
You can't just run wherever you want.
She took me on the actual path, and then I look at the signage and it's like, pedestrians past this point. But I went through another way. I'm like, well, close up all the way if you don't want me running on it. Give me some town. Lock up your golf courses.
Lock your golf courses. And then another thing, we have some beautiful branding. So Lauren,
Just like, oh my God.
I know, I couldn't figure out how to get it at a good angle, but you'll see it all over our socials and our YouTubes and Spotify and stuff. But anyway, Lauren did an amazing job with our graphic design, and we have a beautiful rebrand. So we wanted to launch that in collaboration with like our new coming back to the pod, coming back fresh.
Yeah, it felt like a nice, refresh, rebrand, facelift.
But yeah, we'll link everything that Lauren, her account, so that you can see, because she did such an amazing job and she's so creative and talented, and we really didn't give her much to work with. So
no,
and she nailed it.
And Mum is so hard to please with that stuff. Like, she's very like, oh, I could have done this, could have done that, just because, like, I don't know, she works in the industry, so like she has a good eye for it. But she was like, yes, like, this is perfect to everything. Yeah, and I was like, whoa, that takes a lot.
We got the tick of approval.
Yeah, absolutely. So well done. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren. Okay, well, should we get into this week's episode?
Yeah, let's do it.
This week's episode is going to be a little bit different. We're doing like a hybrid of our regular episode, but instead of a makeup dilemma, we're going to introduce our big sister advice section, which is what we've talked about it a little while back. So we're going to slowly introduce these segments, and it's not always going to be me, the big sister. It's going to be other people who can share their area of expertise as well. So let's get into it. All right, Amy, what is your random rec this week?
My random rec, I did a little shop at Zara Canada because I just need new clothes in general. And I was like looking at Aritzia, because obviously we can't get Aritzia in Melbourne. And like loved all their stuff. Wasn't majorly impressed, but like loved the idea. But I'm so picky when it comes to clothes. Zara just seems to have so much selection
compared to Zara in Australia.
Well, Zara in Australia, there's so much selection, but just like in general, like looking at one website and then going onto Zara, you're like, oh my God. Like, their range is huge.
Fast fashion though.
Yeah, it is fast fashion. But I got some good pieces. Quality for those listening at home.
Short for quality.
If you didn't know. So that's my random rec. Shopping Zara in a different country. You just got to do it.
It's like having McDonald's in a different country.
Absolutely. Or going to the supermarket in a different country.
Add it to your list.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my random rec this week is something that we're both wearing today. It is these beautiful necklaces from Amalfi Coast. It is a female-owned brand, and everything is handmade. So I just picked mine up today.
They're actually all hers, but I'm rocking it.
Yeah, I'm letting you wear it. I'm obsessed with how they feel, how they look, how they stack.
They're so, like, the quality of them, is really good. Like, I was actually, not pleasantly surprised. I was surprised that when I picked it up, they were heavy.
But not uncomfortably heavy. Like, you don't feel like you're being weighed down.
No.
But they are just beautiful one-off pieces. And I'm super excited to see where this brand goes. I'm invested. And if you love to support a women-owned business, shopping local, check them out. We'll make sure we link them in our show notes.
Well, we went for one and Indi ended up buying 3. So if that doesn't speak for itself, get onto it.
How could I pick? They look so good.
I know. All of them, I was like, yes, yes, yes.
I know. Okay, what is your beauty rack?
My beauty rack. So if you've been a long time listener, you'd know that I've never bought a highlighter.
It's crazy. It's like the first thing I ever bought.
Yeah, but that's like 2016 vibes. I don't know. I just like.
Yeah, but that's millennial.
Yeah, but that's so millennial. But you can get that glow through other products. Like, I don't know. I just never thought it was like necessary until I came across the Westman Atelier. It's like a cream to powder highlighter, the cream. It like, okay, so you can really lather it on your brush and then you apply it and it's like the most, it's so forgiving. And it's just
in
like,
terms of the texture that it shows or like how it blends.
Like you could really put a lot on there and pat it onto the brush and then just like ever so slightly puts a glow on there. Like it's not like your powder highlighters where you put it on, it's just like so intense.
So it's like very beginner friendly.
So beginner friendly. It's so nice and soft. It gives the right kind of glow. It doesn't give that glitter glow. It gives like that hydrated glow.
Yeah, beautiful.
And there's a few different shades and I use the peach. And I can't live without it when I do makeup now.
Okay, we're going to need a visual example of this.
Yeah, right.
Put it on our socials.
I will update you. But yeah, get onto it. Kind of spenny, but worth it.
Oh, Westman Atelier is, but...
Oh, Westman.
Westman Atelier is. Okay, well, my beauty rack is not a product. It is a concept, I guess. So for the funeral celebration of life, I booked me and my sisters in to get our hair done beforehand. And Imi actually did mine and Nellie's makeup. And I think if you're ever in a position where, you know, you have a close loved one that you've lost, I do think I would suggest booking in for your hair or makeup and not for the purpose of like looking great. It's more for the purpose of like taking some things off your plate, having things to do that morning, because I feel like if you don't have things doing and you're, you know, just kind of like waiting around to go, that can get really
like uncomfortable,
heavy, and just kind of like keeping busy. And you know, if I had someone come to me saying that that's what they were getting their makeup done, just give them a heads up. And I would be so like, you know, okay, do you want to talk at all? Do you need this time to yourself? Or should we just like chat lightly? Because sometimes that's nice too, because sometimes you don't want to be alone with your thoughts either. So just having like, you know, that general small talk going about what's going on in the world, that's a nice distraction. And it's just like something nice for you on that day, something you don't have to worry about. Although I will say, if you are feeling like too overwhelmed to even make that appointment, just delegate it to someone else, like a friend or whoever, and they can book you in, get it all organized, and you don't even have to deal with any of the correspondence. Show up, get ready, and then you are able to take on the day. Yeah,
less admin is so much better in situations like that. Like you don't have to be thinking about multiple things.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's really not, I don't want it to seem like, oh, get your hair and makeup done for the funeral, but it's really just about reducing the load that you are having for that day. And it's something nice that you can do for yourself that you need to do anyway. So you're not adding in an extra thing. You know, it's not like you're going for a massage that morning or something. You're either going to have to do it or someone else can do it for you.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's my beauty rack.
I love that. Less admin. Indi also just loves whenever anyone does her makeup.
I love getting
touches her hair, gives her a massage. When she first got to Australia, she was like, okay, so when are you giving me a facial?
When I landed.
Yeah. I was like,
because that's what back. You want. Like mandatory facials after a plane.
Yeah, facial, and I need a massage. So bad. Speaking of massages.
Yeah, no.
Like I keep waking up with a frozen shoulder.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's so bad. We did a workout this morning and I had like the weights and I was like, oh, I can't lift it past my like waist.
Yeah, that was crazy. We got to look into that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, well, let's get into some big sister advice. Okay, so this week's Big Sister advice is brought to you by me,
The big sis.
the big sister. And it's a little bit deep, I guess is the word I would say. So for those of you who don't know, back in 2018, I had a cardiac arrest. We then found out that was caused by a genetic condition called long QT. So do you want to hear the story again? Should I give the background?
Different.
Okay, so I was sitting at my desk at work in Canada and got a phone call. I was on the phone with a client, and then all of a sudden, boom, cardiac arrest.
Boom.
Boom, cardiac arrest, died on the floor. Luckily for me, we had a cabinet maker in my office at the time, and he was just visiting. So thankfully he was there. He came and gave me CPR long enough for emergency services to arrive. And then they were able to give me the defib. And then that brought me back. But it happened again while I was in the care. So I got transported to our local hospital. And then I had to be flown out to a bigger center where they had the more of a substantial ICU and everything. So I was put in an induced coma for that. And then for, I think it was 3 days that I was in an induced coma. Meanwhile, mum's on her way over. She got the call immediately, got to the airport, got on a plane. And then when I woke up, or had been brought back after the induced coma, they had figured everything out. They knew what was likely the cause and knew what the treatment was going to be and everything like that. So pretty crazy stuff. Overall, when I think about that experience, I just feel really grateful. I don't really have a sense of that situation for me doesn't feel like a sad one because of how incredible everything worked out. And there's so many ways that it could have not worked out that way. I was meant to be going home to my cousin's house they were all going to be away for the weekend. And it happened at 4:50 p.m. So literally 10 minutes later I would have been done work. The cabinet maker wasn't meant to be at the office. My boss was meant to be out of the office. So therefore he wouldn't have come in to see her. So there's just all these things that really worked out. So when I think about it, I just feel really grateful. So
obviously no right time for it, but if it were to happen, right time, right place.
Yeah, exactly. And then we learned about this genetic condition for my family that we've all been tested for, and it's quite prevalent in the family. So that's also
quite literally everyone.
Not literally everyone, but yeah, over 50%. So it's really amazing that we know about it now and can do something about it. So yeah, that's the background. And you're wondering why I'm telling you the story is because today's Big Sister advice is going to be the lessons I've learned from that experience. So what changed my view on life and everything like that. I do want to preface that some of these things I already had this perception of life because my dad had a stroke when he was quite young, and that really altered the way he looked at the world, and he always kind of passed that on to me. So he would always wake up so grateful just to have woken up and get to experience life. So he kind of I already had that lens, but what happened to me definitely solidified it even more. So I'm going to share my top lessons about life following death. So first of all, care way less about the not important things and care way more about the important things.
I actually love this one because not that I have it from the same perspective, but I always am why care if I'm not going to think about it in 5 years?
Yeah.
Why spend so much time thinking about it?
Yeah.
It's easier said than done.
I know. And all these things are they're what I've learned. And I'm not saying that I preach them and live them every single day, but I want to. That's learning that is, I try to implement that into my life. But yeah, don't waste your time or energy on things that don't matter, and things that do matter, care about them so much because that's your life. Those things that you care about, when you look back on your life, that's what your life is, the things you care about.
That's true.
So that one really encapsulates most things that I'm going to say, but that's the overarching big lesson. The next one is, of course, gratefulness. Just being grateful for all, like everything, all the little things that you get to experience and the opportunities that you have from being alive and getting to do, and, you know, going for a walk outside. Like, how lucky is that? Or you being in Canada, getting to spend time with you here. Like, everything is just, well, not everything. I don't want to say like there's no bad things. I don't want it to become like toxic positivity, but there's just always something to be grateful for. And if you can choose to focus on it, then that really alters the way that you think and look at life.
I remember in year 12, we had to come to homeroom, like that kind of period block before you start school. And we had to always write one thing we were grateful for and put it on the wall, like every morning.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was the only one who ever did it.
Oh.
So the whole wall, the whole year was filled by all my things of gratefulness. And the teacher at the end of the year, like, pinned them together and gave them to me.
Aww.
And I spelled grateful wrong in every
How did you spell it?
Like Grate. No, Great.
Oh, like great. Full.
Yeah, great. Sorry, Amy coded.
I love that.
But whenever someone talks about like gratitude, but it was so good because it would just like start your morning off like, yes.
Yeah, it's the
like,
best
hell
way
yeah.
to start a
What am I
morning.
grateful for? And then you'll think of something, and like think of something every day is like hard because you're like, what am I grateful for? It's like 7 a.m. You're like, what am I grateful for today?
I think in the morning and at night are really good times to think about it. It's good, like, reflection time.
Yeah. And it was such a good setup for the day.
Yeah.
Practicing gratitude.
Yeah, because then even if it's not the thing that you wrote down, you've now thought about all these other things that you're grateful for too.
Yeah, it really sets the tone, doesn't it?
Yeah, we should start doing that again.
Great.
Be grateful. My next one is, if there's something that is you just feel really driven to do or pulled towards, or like just something that kind of like is lighting your heart on fire, be proactive and don't wait. Make those steps towards doing it. And I'm not saying like, you know, okay, let's say you want to open a business. Well, obviously you need finances to be able to do that for most businesses. So I'm not saying like, just go ahead, start that business. It's like, what steps can you do towards making that? So like putting together a business plan, researching it. How are you going to get the funding? Like, just make those incremental steps towards doing something, because if it's lighting you up and, you know, something that you're that motivated to do and something you need to do, then you've just got to do it.
I remember you saying something to me, I'm going to butcher it, but you were like, if you're not doing anything, just do something. Like, if you don't know what to do, just do something, or something like that.
Yeah, like doing something is better than nothing, because you might even learn that you don't want to do that by doing it.
Like, just say, oh, I don't know what, like, career I want to do, or like where I want to go, but I know I want to do this at some point. Just do it, because then it eliminates you thinking about the future and like the other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only thing I will say is like, don't rack up your university.
No, not as in like doing another like degree or something like that, but like doing like, I don't know, like a course in something, or like showing like, I don't know, volunteering somewhere because like that's what you want to do, or something along those lines. And it might not be like your forever thing, but it's just like something to give you a bit of purpose.
Yeah. I think, I don't think anything like that is ever really a waste of time. Because even if you don't end up using that skill or going into that role, you never know like the people you might meet because of it. Like everything has a benefit to it, I think, when you do, as long as it's like the intention of why you want to do it is like the right reason. You know what I mean? So
like it's benefiting you somehow. So it could, if it's going to benefit you in any way, like it's a good indication that you should do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think for me, what resonates with that is I always wanted to do makeup growing up, and there wasn't really a clear path of what a makeup artist's career looks like outside of like being like a runway makeup artist. When I was in the, you know, like finishing high school, those kind of years. And then when I moved to Canada, the area that I live in, I felt like there was the ratio of like makeup artists to people that needed makeup artists for weddings and stuff. I saw a gap there. So I ended up taking my course, obviously, and then became a makeup artist. I'm telling this as if no one's ever heard this story before. It's literally like the first episode of the pod. Forgot the platform I'm talking on right now. Anyway,
It's been that long.
Yeah. But having that was after I had my cardiac arrest. And I feel like that was a big part of why I was like, no, I just have to do this, because I've always wanted to be a makeup artist. Even if it's not my full-time job, I'm obsessed with makeup. I'm obsessed with beauty. I'm the friend that everyone comes to do their makeup for advice on what products to buy. Why would I not just like give this a go?
Like lean into it.
Yeah. And I've been given a second chance at life, really. So let's give it a go, see what happens.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
Famous.
But I think that can just apply to anything. Like if you really want to travel to a certain place, you know, making that happen. And I know it's not as easy for, you know, multiple factors. Maybe you have kids, you know, you can't just go away. But figuring out how you can make it happen and taking those steps to hopefully someday making it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like trying is like the biggest thing. Like you can always try, but if you don't try, how would you ever know? Like, you might try something and it might completely fail, or you might give up on it in a few years' time or whatever. But like, if you don't start it, you'll never know. And it's not even about like the final outcome. It can be about the journey too. Like, for example, starting a business and just say it flops in like 10 years. Who cares? Because like you just learn all of that skills about how to own your own business. You now have a whole new like
skill set
and, you know, network, and you've just like unlocked a whole different part in your brain.
Yeah.
That
or it's like us with the pod.
Challenged.
Never know where it could take you, who you're going to meet along the way. Like, think about all the cool people we've interviewed.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Exactly. So like you can always, it's more embarrassing to not try than to try, I reckon.
Yeah. What's that? There's this saying that's like the only form of failure is just not trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably so not it, but anyway.
Something along those lines. It was like I was trying to think of it before and it wasn't coming to me. So I'm glad you took one more day there and embarrassed
yourself. Okay. Another one I wanted to mention. My dad used to always say this: health is wealth, and it's ironic because I'm sounding stuffy. I got sick right after we got off the flight, which was the weirdest form of sickness, by the way. I got like all the symptoms of a cold, but didn't feel sick at all.
She was like, I'm fine. She's like coughing, had no voice. I was like, you don't sound it. She's like, no, but I'm promising you internally I'm okay. It's externally that's like, well, not externally, but.
Yeah, like what I sound like was awful, but I felt completely fine. And I'm normally like when I get sick, I usually go down. So it was like,
thank God, I would have had to pick you back up.
It was like the weirdest thing ever. Anyway, it's something that I feel like I'm a year postpartum. I'm not breastfeeding. Things are just feeling a little bit like more manageable, lighter. And now I really want to prioritize my health. And for that aspect of like being able to enjoy life, like I want to make sure I'm able to play with Nori for a long amount of time, take her on walks, like, and not be puffed. Like, so, I remember one time I was having like a hard time and I called Dad, and it was just like I was just having a moment. Anyway, he called me back and he was like, Indi, don't forget, health is wealth. Like if you have your health, that's the most important thing. And like everything else from there is like manageable, basically. And it's just a good, like, you know, if you're struggling, it doesn't always apply, obviously. People go through things that this isn't going to help. But if you're just having a bit of a tough time, remembering that health is wealth and you've got your health is like such an amazing, incredible thing to be grateful for, and how lucky you are to have that.
Yeah. So I think Baxter's like, Baxter's our brother, but he's like always just like in a good mood because he works out all the time. Like every day is a PT. So like he works out all the time. Every day. But he's like, constantly like working out. So
the endorphins.
That's why I reckon he's just like so like
happy-go-lucky.
Positive.
Well, he's always been like that. But yeah, I think it definitely helps.
Yeah.
Me,
I'm like,
not convinced to. Okay, and the last one is a very practical piece of advice. always have travel insurance. So this is kind of crazy, but I went and saw a psychic before this all happened, and she told me that I was going to have an accident overseas and that it was going to be like not very good, but that everything was going to be okay.
That's crazy. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah. And I thought I was going to New Zealand, so I thought that she was meaning like I was going to have like a ski accident and like break my leg or something.
Me?
Yeah, break my wrist or something in Japan. So I went down the ski hill and made it down once, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave it there because I didn't want to risk it, and also I didn't enjoy it. But anyway, I always have that. She told me, she was like, always have travel insurance. And I would have anyway, but I now always make sure I have unlimited medical. So obviously this is the incident she was talking about. And my travel insurance actually paid for mum to fly over. So she didn't have to pay for that flight, which was amazing. Got reimbursed for that. And it covered like a bunch of like the air ambulances and all that. So always make sure if you're traveling, you have unlimited medical travel insurance.
Love that.
Because you never know.
Yeah. I've had to use it before too. But not something as extreme, obviously, but my wrist's still in Japan. And I was like, thank God I actually got it. Because like some people I was traveling with were like, travel insurance, don't worry about it.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I have to because you never know.
And thank God you did.
Thank God I did.
Meant to be.
That's really practical and smart of you. I love that. Like all of them are super deep, and then there's just always have travel insurance.
Just got to end it on a practical. Yeah. Okay, should we do some ins and outs quickly?
Yeah. Because there's a baby rising.
She's waking up. We've got to be quick. All right, so Imi and I have been devouring Summer House.
It's been devoured.
It's been devoured, but while we've been together, we've been lucky enough to watch the reunion together. I have a theory, and this isn't really an in or an out. I just wanted to talk about it, and this was the platform for it.
Industry insights, if you will.
Yeah. Amanda Batula, a bit of background.
Batula.
She was in a long-term relationship / marriage with Kyle. Kyle is the absolute worst. Amanda finally left him this year. And then, unfortunately, Amanda destroyed what was going to be like her path to absolute success and ended up getting together with her best friend's ex-boyfriend. So now the entire world is against Amanda, which is just awful because I don't think anyone deserves that amount of like online pile on. But obviously I don't agree with what Amanda did. Anyway, background story, everyone's against Amanda. She's in this reunion and she's wearing her hair in a very interesting way. It's like a pulled slick back bun, but instead of it being tied up, it's like a ponytail at the back. We'll put a picture in.
It's like a bun, but you gave up halfway.
Yeah. My theory is, had Amanda not completely fumbled and ruined her career and was still on the trajectory of being like really successful, cool girl, do you think we would all be loving that hair?
Like personally, taking everything away from it, I thought it was cool.
So people hate.
Yeah, everyone's hating it. Everyone's like doing watch parties of the reunion and wearing their hair like Amanda's.
I feel so bad, especially for the stylist. Like she posted about it being like, you know, like you do, like you post your work, like Amanda's a client.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, I wouldn't be putting my name to this. Like, and I'm just like, I think it's actually kind of cool.
It's sick, but it's just the person that was wearing it it's like her outfit and stuff. Like everyone's kind of like meh.
Yeah. And
about
it's
it.
just because the view of her as a person has changed.
Like if Paige DeSorbo wore that, like everyone would be obsessed.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually so.
And I also love Amanda's commitment to it. Like every photo you see of her post-reunion, she's still got her hair like that. Like she's just walking down the street with her.
She loves wearing her hair like that.
Yeah.
And she loves it.
I reckon it's cool. It's like reminds me of when you're in like grade 5 and like you're trying to be different and you do your hair like in like this crazy way.
That is so funny because I was just having visions of primary school of like literally like sometimes when I'm thinking of things, this is really weird, but I get like it takes me back to like a certain spot, like physically, and I like can picture like where I'm standing, and it's not a specific moment, but it's just like where that moment happened. And I was literally just thinking about this specific spot in my primary school But after you said that, it reminds you of year 5. That's probably why, because we used to like flip our hair inside our like the hole inside the ponytail, and that's probably why I was just having visions of primary school.
That's
because
crazy.
That's what we used to do in primary school. Like flip our hair that way. It kind of looks like that.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Happens all the time. It's so weird.
Okay, next one. Boobs.
I'm so glad Indi thinks this is in, because like I'm on the wait list for a reduction.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to bring this up is because another thing I devoured while was in Australia, some distracting, light-hearted content, obviously off campus. And I don't want to say boobs are in or out, because I don't think there should be trends related to body types. But I'm really happy to see a range of body types be shown, especially right now, because everything is so like Ozempic focused thin.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we're seeing, and that's become like the norm. And especially for like young girls growing up, they're witnessing that be like the normal, quote unquote, or like what you should be aiming for as a body. And there should be no aiming for, there should be no trends. So I just like to see the diversity in body types in off campus, and that the main character, who's played by Ella Bright, I think her name is, she was wearing like, not like revealing, but like bigger hugging outfits. And it's like, yeah, just because you have larger boobs doesn't mean you should like be super conservative. Like,
no,
she was just wearing like a normal top.
Yeah.
And you could see her boobs.
The story of my life.
Yeah. So I'm
it's a bit booby. It's like, no, I just have big boobs.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you're
exactly
like,
that.
You're sexualizing it by being like, that's a booby kind of top.
Yeah, and it's like literally just a top.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy to see that diversity, and like it wasn't like you're watching it and you're like, oh, this person has like not a straight size body. It's just a natural point of the show, and that's exactly how life is. Like when you go down the street, you see all different kinds of bodies.
Yeah. That's kind of brings me to our next topic. There's so many girls on Love Island with big boobs, and like I just love it. I'm like, yes, girls. Like Love Island used to be so like model, tall, thin, like, but I feel like it's getting better.
Yeah, more
body range.
Yeah, not
entirely.
Not.
No, not like for what Love Island is. Like you're in bikinis all day. Yeah. So like it's getting there eventually. But yeah, we've been watching Love Island US, and this is my first ever season of US that I've been watching. Oh my God.
It's crazy.
I feel like I need to wear like a sleeping mask sometimes when I watch it, because I'm like, oh my God, I need to cover my eyes.
I know, it's pretty full on. But Love Island in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's watching it, and
give me.
Amy and I always say that.
We always say it, and then we Faces by Jen posted a reel with that sound over it, and we looked at each other like, oh my God, we're not the only ones that love it.
But yeah, it's a nice, light-hearted, fun watch, and good summertime viewing. Just like fun in the sun.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Fun in the sun.
Yeah, you cannot let me end this episode on that.
It's like Sincere with all the metaphors.
Sincere is one of the
he speaks in metaphors. Yeah. Crazy.
That is all for this week.
So glad we're back.
We are back.
We're so back.
So excited to be back. Got lots of other things planned. Nice to be in person. We've actually got some in-person events planned for any of our local listeners. And we also have so much more to talk about. Like we haven't even talked about any grad makeup.
We haven't talked about the longest night ever.
Yeah,
the longest day in the night ever.
Write this down.
That's an event that happens here.
Longest day of night.
Longest day night. Longest of the night is of the night.
The Wuthering Heights shoot you got to go.
Oh my God, okay, we have so much to talk about.
We've got to write this down, but we will be back next week.
Okay, love you guys.
Thanks so much for listening, and thank you so much for coming back to listen after our big break that we didn't tell you about or tell you when we were going to be back.
A big Ruby break.
Okay, follow us on socials at Internet Girls Podcast. I'm at Indiana Makeup Collective on Instagram and TikTok.
And I've actually got a new public account for my makeup, and it's Imi Thomas, a makeup artist.
Thank you guys. Oh, look at Frank in the background.
I know. He joined us.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.